This is massive fraud. 2 child cares listed at the same address.
The basic Google search will tell you that these are 2 separate entities that did not exist alongside each other. Your investigation can't require a basic Google search.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, nobody here.
If you were a real investigative reporter, why wouldn't you wait for the opening of the building for the day? Over the course of a week, you're not even doing the bare minimum.
We have a question though, where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
It says adult daycare center. He's going to the adult daycare center and he's asking where the children are.
Can I check out daycare center?
No!
Why would you think they're going to let you walk into the daycare center with other people's kids there? Definitely fraud, because they wouldn't open the door for a stranger.
There is 1 child in there.
The only field of vision he could see, and he still saw a kid. Doesn't that mean that there's probably more kids in there?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
What's up? You're cutting.
No, I've worked with ethnic people before. She's saying because of your recording, and this motherfucker says because of your color.
Because of my color. You said
cut right there, because she clarifies something different, and he cuts it out of the video because he wants to drive a race narrative. Why do you people take this guy as a fact? All right, guys, let's take a look at this video finally. It's been about a week. It's the Nick Shirley video. I wanted to wait a little bit because I honestly felt like this was kind of like a breaking news type of a situation, if I'm being honest with you. You know, it came out really intensely, like this huge fraud scandal going on in Minnesota, which I'm sure there's credibility to. But I wanted to wait a little bit of time because I've seen this guy before. He's very right-wing. It's okay to be right or left-wing, but sometimes that bias will really cloud your ability to, you know, report on information. And it seems like it has to an extent. I've seen a lot of backlash talking about how there's been investigations for a long time on this stuff and that, like, you know, it's racism, whatever. I don't really know. I will say that this is definitely going to motivate, it's going to motivate them to investigate further. But let's just take a look at it, man. Let's have a nice little watch, dude. End of the year. I'm sick with the flu for like 2 weeks. It's incredible stuff. Let's get going. Hey guys, if you're seeing this, my editor had to jam this into the middle of the video in an incredibly jarring way because I forgot to plug my Papa Gut Leftovers channel with some great hits like The DoorDash Girl Just Went to Court, or It's Time to Boycott Coke. And somewhere in here is me with my shirt off. I forgot which video it is. It's in there though. It's talking about the Boy Scouts. There you go. You'll love that. So go take a look if you like shorter form content.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Whoa.
What do you guys think?
This is like funny because like well, one, I guess they make you have a face mask. I don't know. That's a little crazy. I wonder if it's because the flu's going around over there. But also, you can't really just walk right into a daycare, bro. Like, it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? It's for kids.
What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
Oh, okay.
What was this money spent on?
I don't know if they would know what it was spent on.
1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question.
Whoa.
Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Oh, okay.
Potentially the largest fraud
Potentially. That doesn't sound too... Okay.
scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota.
Whoa.
As literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses.
I don't think it's just Somali-ran businesses, which is one of the things that's like a little... Because, so my understanding, because I've seen like a lot of different information on this, is that a lot of COVID peaked a lot of fraud. And COVID peaked a lot of fraud because it was hard to go to in person and identify certain programs. So they were like kind of almost giving out money. There's like a little rundown here, right? Because I wanted to look up I've been looking into it and I wanted to look up a quick timeline. So, yeah, in 2020 to 2022, a massive $300 million COVID-19 related fraud scheme exploiting a state-run child nutrition program with federal charges filed in late 2022 and prosecutions going on in 2025. It seems like it's taking way too long, that they don't really have their priorities straight, but it seems like they've been dealing with this for a while, and it kind of makes sense. A lot of our problems in our society come from COVID. Let's be honest with you. The antisocial behavior of people, the usage of like online shit a lot more, to try to, I guess, supplement actual in-person shit, we'll say. I think some people got COVID and it fucked with their brain, and now they're crazy anti-vaxxers. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, so then Housing Stability Services 2024 to 2020 to 2024, a program meant to help vulnerable people. Costs ballooned from 2.6 million to over 100 million due to unchecked fraud, drawing scrutiny in 2025. another issue. Yeah, a lot of COVID spending. COVID really fucked us worse than I think that we realize. Social services fraud. The New York Times reported in late 2025 that the fraud in Somali diaspora groups involved setting up fake companies to bill state agencies for millions in unapproved services over the previous 5 years. Medicaid and daycare fraud. Issues with Medicare fraud in Minnesota have been noted by groups like the Cato Institute since at least 2018, with widespread daycare fraud gaining significant federal attention in late 2025. Yeah. So now this is since 2025. After this video came out, Walz is trying to push to have more of an investigation going on. Obviously, he's feeling the pressure on that. I don't think that this is like Somali exclusive, but there's been issues going on for a while that have been investigated. It just hasn't hit national news until really this.
So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia.
Whoa, let's just send it over there, I guess.
These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups.
Really? That's an interesting claim. So this hasn't been confirmed. They're just doing an investigation into it. I mean, it could be true, I guess. I mean, this might be true. There's investigations going on. There's nothing confirmed on it. The City Journal said something, but there's no actual confirmation. But I guess I wouldn't doubt some people would send money back to their country and it might end up in a terrorist organization's hands. I have no idea. I mean, it's possible. So apparently we've done, well, a lot of Western countries have done a great job at destabilizing the Somali government. So I wouldn't doubt that they would try to, or they would have a more radicalized state, something almost akin to like Gaza and Hamas, out of desperation, that would try to take money and support some kind of like an overthrowing of their government. It's hard to tell, man. We put our fucking dick in so many people's shit that, you know what I mean?
In Somalia, like the Al-Shabaab and others enrich themselves all at the U.S. taxpayers' expense. And in this video, we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish.
ABC Learning Center, okay.
From going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars.
Use an AI video. Okay. I just feel like if you're going to use AI, it's like, I don't know. It's okay. Very strange behavior. Great stuff.
From the government, and we will also be confronting
the AI has killed me.
The incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen.
All
and
right.
to make this happen, I
white women, am I right?
met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved
Who's they?
is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are...
Well, so I have a legitimate question. Is it childcare centers where children are supposed to be, or are they like a hub where it's like you go there to be placed in a center? I know it sounds weird, but my understanding, there's a lot of at-home daycare, and so like you'd have a hub, and then they would manage where your kid would, like what at-home daycare your kid would go to. I guess it just depends on the type of daycare facility that it is. Some of them outsource, some of them have children in their facilities.
a couple of guys standing.
But it's also going to be tough to see the kid in there, because if you don't have your own kid in there, they're not going to let you in.
Out front smoking, and then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same
Smoking outside, they should blow it right in the kids' faces.
same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said,
Well, it's fucking cold out. You think they're going to play outside right now?
this place is licensed for 80 children.
Whoa.
They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies.
Well, how would you know? This is a real question. Like, how would you know? They're not going to let you look at the kids, right? Like, that would be fucking crazy.
Going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation contributing.
What is it? Then why are you highlighting that he's Somali? Who gives a fuck?
But they never had a passenger. Never, ever once.
Oh, is that what we're showing on the screen right now? The sky?
They're out there transportation contributing,
Okay.
but they never had a passenger.
I don't know what Rift Valley means. It's just a land. I don't know what this means. Did you guys just go around and find a guy you think is Somali and record him for like B-roll footage? Okay.
Never, ever once. And I said,
Gotcha.
well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation.
Okay.
So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them,
Okay.
and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned.
Oh, okay. How does he? Is there? So can he just show proof of confirmation for that? That 800 of them are Somali-owned, because the only things linked back to this that give this information of how many that they're owned just link back to this video claim. So does he have proof of that? Because that might be true, and that's interesting. I don't really care that they're Somali owned. I mean, maybe if they're like they're like fresh immigrants, maybe that argument is like they're funneling money back to their country or something. I don't really know, but I need to see the actual source, because this guy's just making the claim and then everybody's sourcing him on their articles. So I don't know what that means.
Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided.
Does he have any sources? He doesn't have any sources for this. What the fuck? Come on, dude. This is pretty bad. You think you'd want to like at least show the proof of that? Where did he figure that out?
All they did was write the check.
Okay.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
Dude, this guy is such a horrible public speaker. Holy shit.
A lot of it is through my own research.
What does that mean?
And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
Okay. And you know what? That could be true, but you can't just say I'm doing my own research and I know a guy and then expect me to believe that what you're saying is true. I don't know what you're saying is true. I don't know who you are. So I can't trust that your information is credible. For all I know, you're just making claims. He might be right. He might be 100% correct. But like, how do we know? I'm not going to take his word for it. This is a fucking stranger. I've never seen this guy before. He seems very passionate. He might be honest, but like, we live in a time where shit is weird as fuck. Like, I wouldn't expect you to trust me on face value. I wouldn't trust him on face value.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that
Can we see this information?
is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address.
Okay. Interesting. So apparently that these two, this happened because Mako Child Care Center went out of business and was officially dissolved in 2023, January 2023. And then Mini Child Care Center opened up after that. I don't know why it closed. Oop, I gotta fix that. Let me see. Okay, so it seems like there weren't confirmed fraud cases with Mako Child Care, but it's possible that like investigations against Mako caused them to transition to the Mini Child Care Center. And this is very speculative, to potentially try to bypass some kind of fraud investigation. I don't really know. There's not enough information about this specific situation, but they're not operating at the same time. It seems like a transition. There's really no information as to why this transition happened. And I can't find anything else. There's no information as to why this happened. So I got nothing for you, but these aren't operating at the same time.
And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children.
Okay, interesting. So what he's saying is inaccurate. What he's saying is that combined total, these two childcare facilities are licensed for 120. The problem with that is that Mako Childcare closed and basically, to some degree, will dissolve and transition to Mini Childcare. Mako originally was licensed for 80 children. Mini Childcare is licensed for 40 children. So what he's saying is inaccurate. And this is why you can't really trust his investigation, because he's saying, hey, I have a lot of inside sources. That's fine. But a basic Google search will tell you that there was these are two separate entities that did not exist alongside each other. And so like cracks are already showing in the first 4 minutes of this video of like, he might mean really well, but he doesn't really know what the fuck he's talking about because he couldn't figure this out. Like, you could literally Google, why do Mako Childcare and Mini Childcare Center have the same, at the same address? And you will get a finding that's like, oh, Mako closed in 2023 and transitioned basically into Mini Childcare Center. Very easy. very easy to Google that. If your investigation can't require a basic Google search, you're probably not going to be a very good investigator. Sorry. I mean, like, you're already kind of owning yourself. And that doesn't mean that there's no fraud or abuse going on in the system, because it's questionable. Why did they transition? And why did they lower from 80 to 40? Like, those are things that I like. That's a good question. But, like, you're not giving us basic information.
They're licensed supposedly for
so that's concerning. All right.
120 children.
Gotcha.
I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
Okay, that's weird, but also I get it. I don't know. I guess I'm uncomfortable. You just drive by it. Like, do you try to line up with when they show up? Anything? I don't understand.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids.
Well, we don't know that, though.
Never had any of them.
Okay.
They're all fraught with violations, and even though
maybe
they have these violations,
they're fraught with violations. They do have a history of violations, both the older facility, which was Mako, and now the mini one. They had like violations, inspections in June 2025, July 2024. The nature of the violations of lack of required staff training and inadequate documentation, which for children's medications, which makes sense. My wife works for a company that does people with IDDs, and people get violations all the time. The state usually is very heavy, or they're very aggressive about making sure that you're following the rules. A violation doesn't necessarily mean you need to be shut down, but it's more of like hey, this is a problem, you need to fix it, or we will shut you down. There's usually protocols like you have 90 days. Chronic issues. Some reports of centers at this address, including those operating quality learning center, noted that 100 violations between 2019 and 2023, ranging from hazardous item storage to missing records for over a dozen children. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of problems here. That's probably why the original facility shut down and transitioned to this new facility. Okay.
they're still in operation and they're still getting money, and it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
And who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money.
Yeah, so just to be clear, just because there's violations doesn't necessarily mean that the facility needs to be shut down.
The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. Okay. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks.
Yeah.
This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare,
okay,
and then you have child care. And then you have health care.
Okay.
And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses.
Like, what does that mean?
And then, of course, we have the transportation. And a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's
Can you show what you're talking about?
one building.
Are you telling me that, like, that one business might own a child daycare and an adult daycare? Because that makes sense to me. I don't understand. I need more specifics. You were just putting bubbles on the screen. Did you know that there is did you know there's something called adult daycare? Yeah, I did. Did you know there's something called child daycare? Yeah. You know something called healthcare? Yeah. Did you know there's something called transportation companies? Yeah. Did you know some of those same companies might own those things? Oh, okay. Okay. That would make sense. Did you know that did you guys know that like Amazon owns trucks and cars and transportation vehicles and also warehouses? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay.
And a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses.
I don't know what that means though, but okay.
There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address.
Can you tell us what building?
There's another building.
Okay. I guess we're not going to get that. Apparently they show it later, so we'll wait for that. But for right now, I'm skeptical of that claim, but okay.
At the same address.
Okay.
There's another building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
Okay, I wish you would show it on the screen right when they're talking about it, though, because, like, what the fuck does that mean to me? Even if they show it later in the video, why? Why not just show it right now?
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that...
I don't understand. Like, I feel like I need why can't you guys prove that or show that?
The Somali community is a very closed
Like, it might be true. I just don't know why you're not showing that.
Community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician...
Well, it sounds like pretty much every single like group. Yeah, okay.
You're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about.
You might be right about that, actually. That happens all across everywhere in the United States. Like, I know that the Orthodox Jew vote in New York is a very powerful vote. That's why, you know, and I had a friend who used to work for like a facility that helped people get out of like some more regressive communities. Not because they're Jewish, but like when you're more religious and Orthodox, usually you're not educated to the same degree. You don't usually have like the same education standards. It's harder for you to be independent, unfortunately. But like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt this, that like, hey, there's a really strong community and they want their votes, so they're more lax on them. For sure. This happens across the United States with multiple different communities. This isn't like a Somali exclusive thing.
Is getting
so maybe that could be true.
The votes, and then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term.
Minnesota what?
The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe, and they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime.
He said that?
About it. Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota.
Walz says organized crime to blame for extensive fraud in Minnesota. Okay. Well, what's interesting here is that he said this in October, which was before this came out. So it sounds like they're trying to do something about it, even if it's going slow. One of the problems is like, one of the reasons I'm not going to be so aggressive against Tim Walz for taking so fucking long to deal with the organized crime that he says is in his own state, which he acknowledges months before this document came out, is that how many decades have we had issues with organized crime with like the Italian mafia inside of New York? And how long did it take us to get that out of New York and corrupt cops? How long did it take to like suss out all these issues? So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is a problem. They're taking too long, but this is kind of par for the course. Some kind of entity moves in, they take an abuse of the system, and then it takes a long time for our government to get shit together, because it just takes a long time to root things out sometimes. And you can't just collapse every single social program, or you could harm like, you know, a tremendous amount of, you know, people. So, you know, so again, like, I'm not, what am I supposed to do? Like, we've seen this happen how many times across history? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is fucked. They need to deal with it, but it sounds like they know about it, and maybe this video will give them a little bit of a kick in their ass. So,
Minnesota, what did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime.
Well, they are doing something about it. But
what are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world...
Oh, why didn't you highlight that? I like how he has like this little Google search here, but he doesn't have like anything...
Misconduct of a public employee.
Wow, let's see. I guess we have to enhance. I don't know, man. I feel like this is intentional to have it so that like you can literally not read this even if you zoom in. I have no idea what this says, and I don't understand why you wouldn't provide us clarity whatsoever on this. I truly don't know what this is, and I can't really find anything on it.
Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee.
What this kind of, I mean, this so what I'm hearing when he says this, and I can't, this paper is completely, illegible. Can't even fucking read what it has to say. But it sounds like they're trying to say that he was inappropriate with an employee. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing here. Apparently this is related to unlawful wage paying or something. Okay. Gotcha. It's cool. Okay.
When I
spent a lot of time on that.
Look at the world as a whole, and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history.
That's probably not true at all. Again, it's not worse. We had a huge like mafia problem in New York for how long?
Anywhere.
We're gonna go confront these people. We're gonna go to these daycare centers. We're gonna see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
They're violent. What does that mean?
Now with
Why are they violent? What do you mean they're violent? What do you mean they're violent?
all of David's evidence, we headed out to the
Sorry, the guy, the independent journalist that's not willing to show us his information, can't properly source and understand the difference between Mako childcare and mini childcare, is sitting here saying that these people are violent. Why? Because they're Somali. It sounds like it sounds like you're saying you're being racist. Because like you're a guy that goes around and you said you've driven 100 times across child daycares. That sounds a little creepy. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but
streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon.
Where are we going now?
you only did one afternoon? Okay. Wouldn't you do this across multiple like weeks or months if you really wanted to do something groundbreaking? Okay.
We're going to a place called Mako Childcare, which actually has another childcare registered at the same address.
And we've already established that Mako closed down in 2023. Mini opened up. Mako had a capacity for 80. Mini has a capacity for 40. And there are violations associated with these different businesses for, different workplace issues like not enough staff or improper distribution of meds and shit like that. But okay.
Called Mini Child Care Center.
Okay.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
Well, it looks like it's snowing out, which means it's probably like, okay. I mean, maybe Minnesota snows all the time, but it's also the winter season. People might have their kids home, but okay.
Two of them combined are licensed for 120.
This is not
And
true.
how much
This is not true. He's just making this up.
money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have
I guess we didn't get an answer for that.
moved in 6 months.
Oh, how do I know that?
None of them. In
6 months. Huh?
2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got
Okay. I love that this source says money stolen from Minnesota. Like, what the fuck? So they're referencing Mako childcare, and again, this doesn't mean that there's no fraud or abuse, but like the average daycare cost is anywhere from $700 to $1,000 a month. Apparently, that's just from a basic Google search, right? So there might be more specifics. So that's about 12. Let's say that's high end, $12,000 a year. 80 students, that's about $1 million a year. So these numbers kind of line up, or kind of are in line with what a cost of a daycare would be if they were holding capacity of 80 children. Okay.
got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one.
But how do you know it's stolen? Money stolen from Minnesota.
$1.604 million in fiscal year 2020.
That one sounds a little crazy because if they only have a capacity of 40, it wouldn't really make sense that they would rack up $1.6 million in 2025. But do they have verified claims for this, or is this just like, how do they know? What are they referencing? It's interesting because I'm looking into this, and this is like a CBS News report. So, in 2021, federal law enforcement first probed a series of multi-million-dollar fraud schemes. These fraud schemes have led to charges of 92 people and 62 convicted and counting. So it sounds like they've been doing this since 2021 at least. Like this seems like, again, maybe they're not dealing with it as quickly as they need to, but it's like they're investigating all these. I just don't know where he got these specific claims that they got this much money in 2025 or even 2024 or 2023. I just wonder where he gets all this information from. You know, because like I can make up a piece of paper that says that like Nick Shirley, ate fucking 900,000 gallons of ice cream or something. You know what I mean? Like you could just make that up. Probably more believable if I said I ate it. But
25, fiscal year 2024, they got about 800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually two daycares are registered here.
So again, he's wrong about this. He just keeps saying this that he's wrong about.
One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini.
It's so it's just so funny to me. This is so funny to me. The reason this is so funny to me is because they start with Mako childcare, and this is honestly so funny because they start with Mako childcare in 2020 to 2022, and then they move on to mini childcare receiving these funds in 2023, 4, and 5, which lines up with when one of them closed and the other one opened. So it's like if they were both operating at the same time, why don't you have numbers for both of them for all 5 years? It doesn't make any sense.
Here. One of them is
It just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Costco, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And
that closed
between the two of these
3 years ago.
child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year.
What are you talking about? You okay, he just made that up. They're not operating at the same time.
And there are no children. Every facility you go to, the windows will be blocked out.
Whoa, that's scary. Why would they ever block out the windows of a child care facility? That's creepy. Like, I really want to walk up there and just be like, hey kids, somebody look through the windows.
You can't see in.
Why would you be able to see? I mean, listen, there might be fraud, but why would you be able to just like walk up to a child care facility and just start fucking looking through the window? Bro, like, listen, again, there might be some real fraud here. I mean, his numbers are off. He keeps saying that Mini Childcare and Mako were open at the same time. They simply were not. Like, he almost basically verifies it himself in this video, but he refuses to admit it. But, like, it's so interesting that the current distraction from Trump being on the Epstein list, refusing to post or to release the entire list, because he's probably a pedophile and he was best friends with Epstein for 15 years, is like a bunch of guys going around trying to creep on kids. It's like, whoa, that's on the nose? That's ironic. It's very interesting, but okay. Let's see. Is this a physical location, or is this just like a location that, like an office building that routes people to at-home facilities?
Nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right
Yeah, why
here.
wouldn't they?
All right, let's go in.
Why would you be able to just walk into a daycare and steal a kid? I don't know. Like, not that they were going to steal a kid, but like, isn't that why they would do this?
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
Well, yeah, they probably have that for a reason.
Try to get in, rang the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here.
Okay.
And this building here, right here, has generated...
What does this notice say on the door?
The child care center.
Oh, that's not a notice. It's just a...
There's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars and...
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, I don't know what to say about this, because, like, look, there's 2 cups here. They're clearly smoking cigarettes outside or something and throwing them in the cups. But what am I supposed to say about this? Of course, they're not just going to let you in.
Seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And
Well, it looks like it's also December, and I know that sometimes, at least for my wife, and she works with people in the adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, but sometimes they'll kind of be closed because parents are not putting their kids in daycare because they're off from work or something. But okay.
if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside. Or
Why do you think that?
There's no play area for the kids.
That's just an idiot thing to say. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. You're an idiot for even saying that. Only because, like, you guys act like everything can be made brand new for everybody. So I don't know the specifics, but like, this might have been some kind of a business center, and they're like, okay, we have an open business center. We're going to put a daycare in there. Oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would they need an outside play area? That's how it works in the United States, because let's say you have like an entire mall closed down, like, it's very expensive to just knock the mall down. But instead, maybe what you want to do is you want to open up some kind of cruise facility, like, a non-moving cruise. You just come into the mall for the week and you could stay there. You know what I mean? Like, we could repurpose malls. That's the point that I'm making. So this might just be a repurposed industrial this might have been a pool building. You know what I mean? This could have been like a pool supply building or something. I don't fucking know.
So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day.
Well, you don't know that there's nobody there. They're just not answering the door for you.
I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at
Why are you... What?
this building. Right there.
oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming
Yeah,
through.
they're
The Somalis, there's people like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Just keep in mind that there's a guy with a camera. There's like at least one camera guy here. There might be more. It's like a camera crew.
coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No. Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here.
She's just saying no to you. What the fuck is Oh, she doesn't know if she's seen a kid. That's nothing. She just doesn't know. She's just like, oh, I don't know. Bye. Like, she's just ignoring you.
All right, let's go to the next location.
All right, so we learned nothing about that. Maybe there's an issue. I have no fucking idea. Hey, guys, can you show me all your little babies inside, please? Please take the tints off your window so I can look at all the children in there. I've gone across this daycare thousands of times, and I've never seen a little baby. Have you ever tried going when it opens? Like, it just, I don't know. If you're really going to be a weirdo and do this, like, why not just sit outside the building and like wait for people? Like, why? Like, not for nothing. Okay, so this is one of the big problems I have with this. Okay, this is a huge issue that I have with this entire situation, right? Right. As you see on here, it says that they're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, that's fair. Why not show up at 7 a.m. and sit across the street and film and wait for kids to go inside or not go inside? Why not wait till 10 o'clock at night? Now, just to be clear, that's creepy as fuck because you're waiting for a bunch of little kids to go in and out of a building. But if you were a real investigative reporter, why wouldn't you wait for the opening of the building for the day over the course of a week? He literally is like, yeah, we came out one day. We're doing one day where it's like 11 because I saw him say it's like 11 o'clock. Yeah, we came out one day at like 11 in the afternoon. And I don't know why they have the windows blacked out. Like, I really want to just leer at these kids through the window and lick my lips or something. Why wouldn't you show up at 7 a.m. when the kids would be going in? Why wouldn't you wait until 10 p.m. when the kids would be coming out? It makes no logical sense. This is the dumbest, most worthless fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life when it comes to investigation. You're not even doing the bare minimum. Come back, like, do it for the whole week, Monday through Friday. Wait there from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. and see what the activity is going on. That's what you would do. But instead, you came there for like 20 minutes and like, oh, well, definitely fraud because they wouldn't open the door for a stranger. Got him. Owned, libs. Okay. All right, let's continue.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next location.
And the fraud only gets more from here. Make sure you stay
It only gets more from here, guys.
till the very end of this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota.
Okay. I can't wait.
And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia.
What? I guess it used to be this, and now it's this. All right. Does that look like the Minnesota? I guess it. Okay. Interesting. Apparently, the reason they changed the flag is because the old design was seen as offensive to Native Americans, depicting a settler plowing while an indigenous person rides away, symbolizing displacement. Oh, is that actually true? Dude, how do I fucking zoom in on this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that what it is? Okay, that I can see why they would change that, I guess. This guy, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense as to why they changed it. I would have just said that they changed it so that they can like make more money. You gotta buy new flags, guys, and new license plates or something. I don't fucking know. But okay, maybe I guess the implication is a Somali takeover. That's a good question though. Like, why aren't they doing interview requests? This guy just showed up. It's lazy reporting. This guy showed up for a single day and just farted around the entire time. He's a fucking moron. I wonder if Caleb, because you guys are telling me Caleb like cum guzzled this or something, which is whatever. I wonder if I could go on Caleb's show and like talk to him about this. I might ask him like, yo, would you be willing to like chat about it? I have a couple of questions. Like I haven't seen his coverage, but I am curious like what he would give me the answer to. But you guys are saying that he kind of just took it as a fact. I have no one else to talk about this with, so it'd have to be Caleb Hammer. Okay. I don't have anybody. I have no other friends, dude. What the fuck?
And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip. What used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators. Right now, over 10.
Okay. I love this. Hey guys, here's my video about taxpayer fraud. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can dissolve other people's jobs by using Opus Clip and clip farm yourself with a shitty AI. Okay, great. I can't wait to hear that.
10 million creators and businesses have used Opus Clip to help them gain over 60 billion views.
Whoa. The problem with content like this is that what happens is like he puts information out, people watch it uncritically and don't care, and then like it doesn't matter if he's wrong because we've moved on to the next cycle. It's a Jeffrey Epstein pedophile distraction. I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole, but that's like my brain is so warped. Every single time Trump fucks something up with the Epstein files, and right now he's refusing to release them, despite the fact that he's told he had to. We get something else happens. I remember like a week before the horrible assassination of Charlie Kirk, and I was like, oh man, Trump's fucked with this Epstein stuff. I wonder what's going to happen next. And then, you know, it's a tragedy happened. I mean, they're not linked, of course, obviously, but it's just interesting how just something conveniently pops up the second that Trump's in hot water. I don't know, dude.
I've used Opus, and I've even had my friends use it, and it helped my one friend with nearly just 100 followers get a video up to 30,000 views.
And he still has 100 followers that seem to do really well for him. Gotcha. How much did your friend have to pay to get you to feature him in this video?
And it's super simple to use. All you do is you upload.
Oh, if that was his, that doesn't his screen.
Upload a video or copy a YouTube link, and Opus will do the rest, and it'll come out with tons of viral shorts for you then to choose from. And
wow, maybe we should do that, August.
Opus just came out their new AI.
You watching, P? We might be. We might. I mean, I'm not gonna fire anybody doing this though. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Better 3.0 that comes with smarter auto framing, better virality.
Guys, get it incoming. We're gonna have a second short form shit posting channel, guys. Don't even worry about it, okay?
Scoring and new captions. And I've said it before, but Opus is so simple that even my mom can use it.
And if I can use it, I know you can use it.
I mean, it sounds like this guy can use it, and he's slurring his words. I would have swore he was fucking drunk every single time he's talking.
And right now, for you guys watching this video, Opus is going to hook you guys up with a sweet deal. You'll get 1 week free and 3 months at 50% off. All I have to do is go to the link in the description of this video, or go to the pinned comment down below and use code Nick Shirley. Gotcha. 1 week free and 3 months at 50% off. And now let's get back into the video. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one in fiscal year 2025.
Stolen from Minnesota is fucking crazy.
$1,042,059 in
license for 40 children. That seems like a lot of money for 40 children. Okay. I don't know if it is actually licensed for 40 children, but...
In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any...
How much money?
...away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million.
Oh. Nearly $3 million. Wait, why did you put $8 million on the screen? Oh, this is the overall fraud account there. Gotcha.
In the past
gotcha.
Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go.
Bro, he's doing a casual drive-by of these things. He's like, this is the good reporting.
All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center.
Whoa.
All the windows are blacked out.
Yeah, who would have thought they would do that? Who would have thought they would have blacked them out?
See if anybody is here.
Whoa.
This door is locked.
Why dude? It's just crazy. Why would they lock a child daycare center? Obviously, there's something creepy going on.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here.
Have you tried coming by when they open and close? Can you guys do that here? No? Okay.
Ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
Okay, gotcha.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there.
Yeah.
And the other daycare center right now is right here.
That makes a lot of sense. This is how things work. They would pack them. So this is like actually very common regardless of the business. It doesn't matter if it's like, you know, grocery stores or like shopping centers or not shopping centers, but like Targets, blah, blah, blah. It just creates like a general destination for places. But it would make sense that you would have this. There's like industrial areas with a bunch of factories. There'll be childcare facilities in a similar area. It's not that strange. You're making it seem like it's so crazy. Isn't it interesting that there's multiple childcare centers around the same place? Yeah, it's as interesting as the fact that McDonald's, Taco Bell, and fucking Burger King exist on the same road all the time. Yeah, it's super interesting.
These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
Okay.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Okay.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a manager?
I mean, you're showing up with a fucking camera.
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here.
Oh, okay. Good investigation stuff.
After a few questions, the lady went silent. Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going.
So, interesting question. Hey, I have a quick question, though. If you actually wanted to check a kid in, why wouldn't you just call this number or this number on the other bill? Okay, gotcha. This makes a lot of sense. They like these people wouldn't be responsible for placing your child, right? Like we understand that. They're like they would this number probably goes like let's be fucking real. This number probably goes to somebody in another country, and they place your child for you, and then you show up with like your identification. But yeah, usually you'd call the number. But okay, Nick.
Like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And
by the way, this guy admitted he was a virgin, so I don't know why. And I think that he oozes virginity energy, so I don't think anybody thinks he actually has a kid.
now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money.
Well, thank God we have so many kids to repopulate the United States, unless you're insinuating they're the wrong color, of course.
And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Yeah, well, you showed up at like fucking at the afternoon time looking around for kids. Again, show up at the beginning of the business.
See if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cuz I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, sir.
Why wouldn't you put the mic closer so we could hear what they're actually responding with?
What there? What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children.
I love that cut. Where are the kids? This is like so normal. He's like confused. He's like, what's happening? This is not the normal protocol. You'd call the number.
Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025.
I'd love to see the unedited footage of this because they're just cutting constantly. They're not even letting this. Like, what's his response?
It says they
Like, for all we know, he's like, yeah, the kids are inside.
have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any.
Well, he probably still works here. So it's just so funny. Like I've talked to so many Hispanic people from like El Salvador because I used to work with them, and this is like how they'll talk. Like their English is a little broken, and it's not a big deal. Like it is what you can communicate with them, but sometimes they're just like, you know, you have like a language barrier. It sounds like this guy's just like a little language barrier. It's like, yeah, he probably works here, and he just doesn't know the exact number of kids because he's not fucking counting them. He also might just be like a maintenance dude too. He might not be somebody who watches the kids. I don't know. So stupid.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
What is her response? Jesus Christ, she just says no and you cut her off.
One?
No, I don't know.
No. Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No!
Why would you think they're going to let you walk into the daycare center with other people's kids there without a kid there or like any formal anything? Like, if you were going to do a tour of a daycare center, do you think that you could go there without your kid? Probably not. They might think you're just a weird creep.
You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if it's...
Oh, so you saw it. So he saw a kid in there. So he saw a kid. So just to be absolutely clear, I just want to be clear here. This is the only field of vision he could see, and he still saw a kid. Doesn't that mean that there's probably more kids in there?
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there.
So he was able to see that there's one child in there through the crack of the door. Like, come on, dude. Like, do I think that there's going to be all the kids there? Absolutely not. It's fucking wintertime. It's vacation time. So, like, first of all, you're not going to expect to see a bunch of kids in there because it is vacation time. People take their kids home, and you want to know what? People still get paid for being there. Okay? Even if you're at, like, a third of capacity because everybody has their kids on vacation, you're still going to get paid. And that's the way that it should be. I don't give a fuck. You have a nice, easy day. Nice, easy week. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of his what? His color?
Come I explain everything.
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Does he say it because of your color? No.
How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
No. I'm gonna live and die on this.
You too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
No, she's not saying your color. She's saying because you're recording. I've worked with ethnic people before. She is not saying because of your color. She's saying because of your recording. Even the fucking YouTube picks up because of your courage. He says color. The YouTube says courage. I've worked with fucking non-white people before that have heavy accents. She's saying because you're recording. And this motherfucker says because of your color. Oh my God. What are we doing here? She's saying because you're recording. That makes 1,000% more sense. This Nick Shirley guy is some weird fucking freak going around in the afternoon to a bunch of daycares, harassing the shit out of people, not showing up when the daycare opens, which is when you'd probably see the kids coming in, or when they close, despite the fact that he's telling us when they open and close. Nope, he's just doing a casual drive-by with a guy named David who apparently drives by all these places all the time when he goes to Jersey Mike's or something all day, and we have a 1 hour long investigation from Nick Shirley, and we're supposed to take this as a fact from some weird little freak that intentionally misinterprets what she's saying because he wants to drive a race narrative. Fuck this guy and fuck this video. This is ridiculous. Holy fuck. Dude, this is insane. What a loser. What a race baiting fucking loser.
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of your recording. She's saying recording. I don't care. I'm living and dying on that. I will die on that. I will fucking die on that. I will live and die on that fucking perspective. I do not give a fuck. This is some white little 20-year-old little bitch that's never worked a job in his life. I've worked around a bunch of fucking different people that can't speak proper English. And they work real hard. I don't give a fuck. But I think that I know how to interpret somebody who speaks broken English better than this weird little fucking freak. Get the fuck out of here. This is some bull ass shit. This is the problem. You have a bunch of 20-year-old little fucking virgins running around that have never had to do anything in their life. Like, this is a huge example of that. He's never worked around somebody that speaks like this before, so he doesn't understand. Like, it takes a while to understand how to hear that. It's not arguable. Fuck you. I am 1,000% factually correct. That's it. I am 1,000% factually correct. Your interpretation is wrong. Mine is right. And I'm telling you as a guaranteed fact, as a guy who's worked around people that talk like this. That's it. That's all it is. There's no room for interpretation. There's no room for argument. There's no room for debate. I know I'm right on this. And it's fucking insane. Yeah, she points at the fucking microphone.
You too. How come
She points at the fucking microphone.
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
She fucking points at the microphone that he's on his neck. Jesus Christ.
Because of my color. You said you're scared.
Look, he cut it right there. Do you see that? He cuts it right there. He knows what he's doing.
Scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Look.
Because of my color. You said
cut right there. Boom. Why did he cut right there? Why did he cut right there? Why did he cut right after he said because of my color? And he cuts. Because she clarifies something different and he cuts it out of the video. He knows what he's doing. Why do you people take this guy as a fact? This is pathetic. Anybody who looks at this video and like goes, yeah, this is all true and doesn't do any of their own individual research is a fucking moron. And I don't respect you. This is insane.
you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
No.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
Again, no response. We get no response. He just keeps beating her down with this, and she's just like, what? That's it.
now they're all getting mad because he's shown the paperwork of this business being registered as a
This is
business.
bullshit.
74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
Okay.
So now they're all getting mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent
ask the
on?
owner.
There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner
Okay.
and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking
That's
for
not
the
my
owner
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
They work there. Why would they have a child there?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids?
This video oozes psychosis. This video oozes fucking insane psychosis.
Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children?
Okay.
Are these children missing?
There's a fucking kid right here, idiot! They're recording a kid here.
It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
This kid is like 13.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Bro, why the fuck would they answer to two fucking morons walking around with a camera?
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day.
That's fucking crazy. Okay, I wanted to confirm that this was for infants and toddlers, preschool age. Before I moved on, I was wondering like, how old were the kids, bro? Why would they let you like indiscriminately look at a bunch of infants and toddlers? Like, why would they just like let you look at a bunch of kids? Why would they have that? Like, they would just let you. Like, how old is an infant? Like, those are like babies. We're talking about like 1 to 3, right? Infants and infant is like a 2-year-old. There was a toddler, not an infant. Like an infant is like 4, 5. Let's say 2 to 5. Something like that. You think that they're just gonna let you look at a bunch of fucking little kids? Let me see your little babies right now. Like, why? Let me see your little Somalian babies. Like, what are you doing? You're driving around. You got a fucking camera. Bro, it's crazy because if black people were holding this camera and they were trying to go to white daycares and be like, where are your kids? All of a sudden, MAGA would be saying that all black people are groomers. You know that that's what would be happening. These people are, like, MAGA are fucking freaks. These MAGA people are fucking freaks. They're actually insane. They're actually fucking insane. Like, you know that if the shoe was on the other foot, they would be, like, fucking shitting themselves, going crazy. Like, that's crazy.
As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place
You're the only fraud that's fucking blatant here, buddy boy.
here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center.
I'd follow you too, dude. I would take you as an active threat to children in my community if I saw 2 weird freaks going around with cameras and recording and harassing daycares where little babies are at. I would think that you're like a legitimate fucking threat to my local community.
Absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow.
Is this even open? What is this?
Like, this is another daycare center. Absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow.
If there's no signage, then doesn't that mean that it's not open? What? I didn't catch that. There's a fucking school bus right here. There's a school bus. There's a literal school bus in a strip mall, guys. What do you think that's from? Why do you think that that's there? I wonder. I don't know.
2 years.
Children playing outside.
Why would kids play outside in the fucking snow? They can get sick.
$5 million.
Like, you play with your own kid in the snow, but why would you, like, do you know how difficult it would be to take a bunch of kids outside to play in the snow and then, like, they get sick and boogery? Fuck that. I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm keeping them inside when it's cold. If I was a daycare worker.
Within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
I'll take your word for it, I guess. I have to.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we
Wow, you should really make yourself sound like less stuttery, bud.
headed over to the infamous
Okay, so they just to be absolutely clear, what happened is they rolled past a very clearly closed facility, and they're like, they've gotten lots of money this year. They're closed. What's the name of it?
And there's
what is this? Minnesota Best Child Care Center. So this daycare facility seems to be open, according to the whatever this is, DHS website, whatever the fuck this is. All public information. They seem to still be open. They were updated January 1st, 2026. This is like a 3-year-old picture of this. This is from Google Maps, but it says 2022. I saw it like on the screen. Or maybe it's 2019. I thought I saw 2022. This is old, but it seems like it's never been properly like labeled, which could be a problem, but this seems like a rundown, like, here it is. This is 2022 right here. It seems like it's never been proper. Oh, wait, there's a sun right there. What the fuck? Wait, hold on a second. Wait, how did you see that? Wait. What am I doing with my life right now? What does the sign say? I don't know if there's anywhere to see that. Maybe that's not on the right side of the street, or am I fucking going crazy right now? There might actually be a sign. Wait, hold on a second. Did they drive past the sign?
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center. Absolutely no signage, and there's no footprint.
Wait, hold on a second. Absolutely no signage. Is there really no signage here? It seems like this place is active. It seems like they've never had signage, which is a problem. I don't know why they would never have signage there.
And there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside.
Okay.
$5 million within the past 2
How come you guys didn't knock on that door?
Million in 2 years. 5.9 million they
I'm curious why they didn't decide to knock on this door. Like, they knocked on every other door, but you guys didn't get out and knock on their door because you thought that they weren't open. But they have an active license, so why wouldn't you at least knock?
received in 2 years. That facility right there.
Maybe. Why wouldn't you knock?
And now we have a group of Somali.
Maybe the other side. There's nothing in the back here either. This is just like, this is from like 2020. It looks like it says over here. This says August 2014, but this says 2022, so it's very strange. But this is like a long time ago. So this actually, if it's from 2014, maybe this wouldn't even be active. I have no fucking idea.
He's telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center.
Leering Center. I guess that gave them license to feel like they can go and leer inside and look at all the kids. I don't know. But that is pretty bad that it says Leering Center.
Which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign.
That MAGA education, I guess.
That's how blatant this fraud is here at.
Well, that doesn't mean it's blatant fraud. It means that they may not be able to speak English properly. So make it fraudulent.
This daycare.
Don't open up!
So this is Quality Leering Center.
Is this the one that was already closed? Apparently the state claims it closed like last week. A week before they went in there. Okay. Leering Center. The Leering Center had closed. So this was the one that closed like a week before, right? At least 20 kids were seen entering the Quality Leering Center Monday afternoon after being bussed in. One employee shouted, okay. The post attempt to ask questions. Don't fucking come to this area. Get the fuck out of here, he said. The daycare said that open Monday through Thursday, 2 to 10. The owner's son, something, I don't know, some name, probably Somali name, showed up Monday to claim all allegations were a big misunderstanding. Okay. Gotcha. Do you have a coffee shop or a local restaurant? Okay. Quality Learning Center. Hours of operation 2 to 10. Location. Okay. They fucking spelled learning wrong. That's crazy. Okay. So I think this one's closed or temporarily.
Meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up!
said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you
Oh my god, dude. It's a fucking feminist, bro. Oh my god.
have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up! We have ice!
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Is it 99 children?
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million
Don't
over the
open up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Is this a sign that says it opens from 2 to 10 and they just weren't open because they didn't show up at the right time?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you
Oh, it's
in favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
Go away!
You know
You're
where the-
not welcome here!
Are you-
Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you!
going
It's ice!
illegally,
Don't open up!
fraudulently to this business that has...
the reflection on his phone shows it's 1 p.m. How do you know it's 1 p.m.? Wait, what? Are you guys fucking super scientists?
Quality Learning Center, but can't even spell learning right on the door.
Don't open up!
Ma'am,
This is
we
so
are not
stupid.
ICE.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open
Okay.
up! It's
Why? Because she's white. Oh, got him.
ice!
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here.
Well, it's winter, but okay.
This is a
State
child
of
daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding.
Did it shut down?
Do you know where the
Is this the one that shut down? I think this might be the one. I see people talking about that.
It's popular. People like it. It's
Yeah,
easy
you guys sent me the. Oh, this is irrelevant. Yeah, add relevant.
to digest. He's good at making YouTube videos. I would never say anything differently. But he's also a fucking hack who should be ashamed of himself. So inside of Nick Shirley's video, he went up to a business and he kept saying that they're closed, they're closed, they're closed. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are the kids? It's closed. Trying to say that was fraud. Not trying to. He literally said it was fraud. It ticked up his fraud counter. There's a photo here. And on this photo shows there was fraud. It ticked up his fraud counter. There's a photo here. And on this photo
Okay, it says Monday through Thursday, 2 to 10.
shows their working hours. And according to when the video was filmed, Nick Shirley showed up before their operating hours.
What the fuck? How do we? Whose phone is that? Is that what the fuck? Is this crazy?
So to be clear, Nick Shirley went to a business, intentionally saw the paper on the window that said that they were not there during
Location. Okay, gotcha.
working hours and refused to show it on camera. It's hard maliciousness. He saw the thing, internalized that it was not within working hours, but then decided to post the video anyway.
Interesting. Okay.
children are? Were
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, we've already got a bunch of like dishonest situations here.
they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
This is so fucking My name is Nick Shirley, ma'am. It's so funny too because this video is so bad and this investigation is so bad that I guarantee you that he put this together the day before he released it and then popped it up. Like he went out for they went around for 2 hours one day to investigate fraud. That's fucking crazy.
With?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's just calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States.
Whoa. Okay, if you say so.
Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child, you've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in there.
We're gonna educate
Okay, well that confirms it.
you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelled learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all.
None. That confirms it, guys.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them.
So why wouldn't you guys call these businesses and try to set up appointments or something? Like, how come they didn't do that? Like, honestly, like, why is it that the entire investigation here is them showing up for about driving around for 2 hours in one day? That's the entire investigation. Is we're going to show up to a bunch of daycare facilities over the course of like 2 hours, one day, in the middle of the day, before one of these places is even open because they confirmed that this was at 1 p.m. and that other place closes at 2, which is probably for parents that work late. And they just bang on the door. You don't show up when they say they open, when you could probably more easily see the kids, or the kids start to funnel in, because I doubt that they're all there at the same time. It's probably like, hey, we're open from, one of them was 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's probably like you could drop your kid off and whatnot. It's going to be like high pressure times in the beginning of the day, and maybe in the like around 2, 3, 4, 5 when people are doing night stuff. I don't know. Why not do that? Why not sit outside the whole day? Like, you want to be investigators. Why aren't you actually doing investigation work? Is this all you have to do, is like follow around some crazy ass motherfucker who claims that like all these places have fraud, but like you don't actually stake out the business? Like, wouldn't, if you wanted to be a really good investigator, why wouldn't you sit there the whole week? Like, start to stop. Why wouldn't you have a van outside there? It doesn't make any sense. Like, they don't do anything. You didn't even, pay a homeless guy $20 to hold a camera. And just sit there all day. Why not do the bare fucking minimum, man? It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. Because even if there's validity to some of these claims, this guy is so inauthentic. It's ridiculous.
I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've never seen
Are you just like you've been standing in that spot since 2017? Like,
a child here for 8 years.
I guarantee you there's tons of different childcare facilities around me. I've never seen kids in them. Like, there's a buffet I would go to for a while, and it's by a safety swim. I very rarely saw kids there. I also wasn't looking for kids swimming because I'm not a creep, but okay.
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that this place is receiving $1.9 million?
It's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant, too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal
This guy's like fucking hamming it up for the camera.
offense. I know, I studied law.
And do you think
I'm sure you did, bud. What are you doing now for a living?
Tim Waltz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Well,
Shuts him to it. I'll take it. Everything you say as a fact.
well, heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this.
This guy's like eating up this fucking 15 minutes of
I
fame.
mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there.
Yes.
It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I knew it.
Oh my god.
I knew it, dude. I knew it.
Well, where? Yeah, it's just. I've never seen nobody here at all.
Wow.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017. 2018.
Never
can we just talk about what the funniest part of this whole bit with this fucking random homeless man that he's talking to is? He's not doing jump cuts. Do you see how he hasn't made a cut in the conversation?
seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
No cuts.
So this
there's a cut. He got me. They got me, guys. There were less cuts in this conversation, though, than any other conversation he's had. And I think that there's a reason for that, because everybody else was responding in a way that discredited what Nick had to say. But this guy was just like, yeah, him Waltz, put him in jail.
Daycare center is literally just a place to traffic.
Because that was like the only cut from like the start of the conversation he had with this fucking homeless man.
Money, $1.9 million.
That's now following him.
$1 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either. No. And
yeah, why wouldn't they have window? I really want to like look at little kids. What are you doing, Nick?
Only window they do have, the door is blacked out.
Yep.
Wow, that's so scary.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours, we nearly approached $20 million in fraud.
See, a few hours.
And we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the...
We went over to George Floyd's neighborhood. Incredible. We love it. We love it.
Fraud taking place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning Center.
Okay.
And it's licensed for
Gotcha, man. Gotcha.
90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024,
gotcha. Cool.
they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming they have 90 children every day of the week, 5
Crazy. That's not what they're claiming. They're claiming that they have a capacity for 90 children, but okay.
days a week.
So just to be clear, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if this guy's obviously a moron. Saying that you have the capacity for 90 children does not mean that you are saying you are getting 90 children in your building. I just don't know if you guys understand that, but okay.
These people are making just about more money than NBA athletes.
Wow.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but we don't
Who? What?
know where this money is going. Is it
Who? Why would you pay taxes if you got like a government grant for child daycare? I'm confused.
going to terrorism? Where is it going? But
I don't know. Apparently you're saying terrorism.
it's theft, it's fraud.
How do you know that?
And
oh, right, because you don't know that.
the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about
This is like the crazy neighbor who has like fucking, red strings connected to pictures in his house.
Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime off all this time I've spent on this. I put my life at risk several times.
How did you put your life at risk? Number one. Number two, this guy's like this guy retired. He's probably like a cop that retired at 40. And he's like bored and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with his life. So he decides to like investigate conspiracy theories.
But I'm determined.
And just be clear, there is fraud going on in some of these places because it's been investigated for a long time. But what the fuck are you talking about? Like why? If you were investigating for this long, again, you would have staked out the opening and closing of these buildings being like, look, there's nobody going in or out. The fact that they're not doing that is because they know that they don't have an actual case.
To see this through and to correct what is wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning Center, this building received over $3 million.
Okay.
Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
Martin's not here.
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare?
Why wouldn't you call the number?
We'd really like to put Joe.
Look at you see how many cuts there are here? No, the very few cuts when he was talking to a guy that agreed with him. Now that everybody that he disagrees with, though, there's a bunch of cuts.
Oh, in this daycare, we've heard great things.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children?
Yes.
Why are there no children?
Two of Mexico.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't understand that. That was a good answer. Oh, I forgot. Most of the white MAGA people that watch this video are childless. They complain that we need more white people in the country, and then they don't have kids or understand people who work late shifts. So that makes sense that they have like let's say they're open the whole day. They have a burst of kids that come in because parents are working like a 9 to 5, and then they have a burst of people that come in when they work like 2 to 10. I used to work 2 to 10. So like I would if I had a kid, like I would bring them in at like 1 or 2 so I could work my job. That makes perfect sense.
Would my son little Joey have friends to play with here?
They know he has a microphone on his chest. They know he's recording. And he's walking around outside with other people as well. And he has a cameraman walking around too. He has a cameraman and he might have it in his glasses as well.
No. Yes. No friends for little Joey.
Yes, sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yeah, have you tried calling any of these places there, buddy?
So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare. And because
Oh wait, does he have like a fucking camera on a stick? Wait, what is going on here?
little Joey couldn't get into a
Why wouldn't you just call it? What the fuck?
Still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
and because
Okay, gotcha. This is a 9-to-5 facility.
little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center
Why? You need help for yourself? I'm confused. Okay.
as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism
What?
center because of the government
What? Wait, what is
up
this?
everywhere as a rise of autism.
Autism Medicaid payments. Does that mean? I mean, this since 2017 would make sense. So over the past 7 years, they've had more Medicaid payments to people with autism. Oh, okay. Why is that bad? Okay, I guess it's a government conspiracy, but okay, let's just move on. Okay.
Autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
It would be much harder to have your son Joey go into an autism center. You'd have to have proof of that.
Going to a lot of these daycare centers, we're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center.
So then why wouldn't you call them with the number on there? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah, I don't really know.
I wouldn't give you, bro. I don't understand. Like, do you have a random guy with a camera and a fucking microphone walking around asking how many little babies do you have in your center? That's the creepiest shit.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here.
This is just some dude that's trying to work his fucking job. Not everybody that works for these places like loves like, oh my god, I'm so connected. He's just trying to work a job.
So why are you asking us about like
The fraud?
and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
There's a half of a door. What the fuck?
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah. But that's our number on the other call. But this is our.
That makes sense. So he says he was mumbling, but he's like, that's the number on there. You can call that instead.
We can't let you guys do so.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now...
Dude, why is he not recording himself calling these phone numbers? I don't understand. Unless he called them all and they all were like, oh, can you give us documentation? That's probably what actually happened.
they won't even accept him if he has autism.
Wow.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
Okay.
After being able to provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we had...
What do you think you are? Like, you're a fucking nobody. Why the fuck would they give you any evidence that they're... what are you saying? Call the number, idiot.
headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner.
We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super Kids Daycare Center. Interestingly, this daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare.
Oh, so you got that right, but you couldn't talk about the shutdown when Mako Child Care Center was shut down and converted to Mini Child Care Center? Okay, gotcha.
And it had received $2.45 million this
crazy.
Fiscal year 2025. They had to shut down because there were so many violations.
That might be true. So it's just funny. Like, he's like, yeah, we're going to go to a place that had to get shut down because it had violations and something else opened there. Oh, so they've been doing something about it? Oh, okay.
And they went and they just reopened under a new license.
Wow.
And they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC.
Wow, you've got them. They had one facility that got shut down because they had violations, so they opened another facility there, and hopefully they don't get as many violations to shut them down. What you're admitting here is that the government is actually trying to do something about the problem here. This is the second facility he showed up to where like the previous daycare was shut down due to violations. It's like, okay, great stuff, man.
So they got shut down, then started another one.
Literally the next day.
Creative Minds Daycare.
Literally the next day, guys. We're fucked.
$2.45 million got sent to this daycare center.
Okay.
We have
a bus that probably brought a bunch of kids there, and all the windows are blacked out.
empty parking lot. We do have a bus here.
No shit.
This is different. We'll see if we see it.
It's not different. There's been like some kind of a transport facility in every fucking daycare you've gone to.
Anybody?
I knocked on the door. Absolutely.
I'm surprised that this isn't blacked out.
Nobody was inside, and once again, no children could be heard anywhere.
Crazy, dude. That's crazy.
So, David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside.
Have you tried calling the number?
Licensed for over 50 kids. No children anywhere, but yet millions of dollars.
So true. I just am gonna take your word for it. It's just we're more than halfway through the video, and I'm just like burnt out on how fucking stupid this guy is, honestly.
Every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble they had.
So then call them, dude. This is weird.
Now, this all comes in the wake of a viral video on daycare centers in Minnesota.
And tonight we're learning that the Minnesota GOP worked with YouTuber Nick Shirley on that video.
Wait, so the Minnesota Republican Party reached out to Nick Shirley to work with him, and this is the best that they got? They got a guy driving around for a couple of hours harassing daycare workers instead of calling numbers, showing up when when the business opens up or closes to see if kids are going in or out. I don't understand. This is the best you could do? If you worked with the fucking GOP, you worked with the Republican Party in Minnesota, and this is the best that you could do? Okay, gotcha. Great. Good stuff.
Our So Young Kim joining us now in studio. And So Young, you stopped by several daycare centers mentioned in that video to get their side of the story, and what were you told?
Yeah, we were at 2 of the childcare businesses in Minneapolis that were featured in the video. We were invited into one of them, and the owners say they feel targeted and maintain they did nothing wrong.
This is Suite A, and that is Suite B. So that's the difference. They open 2 p.m. So when next year was here.
Oh, so they have a Suite A for the daytime and Suite B for the nighttime. Oh, okay.
It was before that. He came like around before the operation starts.
On Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis, we spoke with the owner of All Be Kitchen and the building Quality Learning Center is in. She says she's been receiving a lot of calls and visitors asking about the childcare provider next door to her kitchen. It's one of the daycare businesses featured in a viral video accusing them of fraud.
Oh, wow. Look at all the people who... Wait, what the fuck? Look at all the people who showed up here. What the fuck?
She says she's been receiving a lot of calls and visitors asking about the childcare provider next door to her kitchen. It's
Damn, look, they got a lot of people that are like, this guy's a creep.
one of the daycare businesses featured in a viral video accusing them of fraud. The center sign on the building has been getting a lot of attention for a misspelling, and as you can see, that has since been updated.
Yeah, okay.
The commissioner of the Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families responded to the video Monday, saying there were children present at the site when they were visited. State officials say the center had reported they would be closing last week, but officials learned Monday they have decided to remain open. We looked up their licensing status with the state, and it's listed as being active. Our crews did see children going in and out of the building Tuesday. A parent says she's been a customer for several months.
It's a lot of data, but this is the closest one. It's good. As the way they take care of it.
Well, Republicans are just going to say that this is like a complete conspiracy theory and that these people are showing up now as just to show face or something stupid like that.
I like it.
Over on 24th Avenue South, ABC Learning was another provider featured in the video. It was filled with children Tuesday. The owner got emotional while defending her business.
If I do something wrong, hold me accountable. I'm human being. I can solve my problem. But don't blame me something I have nothing to do with.
This center was open 5.5 years. This center never had problem.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day.
Crazy.
Under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland,
Maybe.
3801 Portland, which is where we are.
Crazy. So this one has this. This is just exhausting because the first daycare that they talk about had an issue where one company closed down and then the next one opened up and took over. And he thinks that they're both operating at the same time. That's the Mako and the mini childcare. But in this instance, he acknowledges that one of them got shut down and then they reopened another one. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Right? And just because there's fraud there, or not even fraud, just because there's violations there that shut it down doesn't mean that there's not the necessity for the facility. So they might have needed somebody else to come in and take over. Is it the same person who opened it up? Like, is that your claim? Or is it like somebody else that it was like, hey, we want you to go run this daycare facility here if you want, blah, 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 blah. Like, what is going on here?
So that's fraud right there alone.
What's fraud? How is that fraud right there alone? I don't understand. That's like if a doctor's office closed and then another doctor moved in and they're like, here we go. Like, you'd be told, hey, you're going to shut down on this day. And if they need the business, then they would just be like, okay, we're going to push you in this day. It's the other person. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that fucking crazy.
millions and millions of dollars. And again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
And you would think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
Why would that be a red flag? What, I don't understand. Like, it would make sense. It's like, hey, a pizza place closed and they open up another pizza place. Isn't that concerning? No, I think that they would have pizza place infrastructure. Yeah, we got Trump in off his hand every fraud. We're okay, guys. The guy who's fucking pardoning people who engage in fucking fraud. Like the fucking, like, what are you talking about, dude? Like he's pardoning fucking like violent like drug criminals and shit. What the fuck? The guy who did Silk Road. Okay, gotcha, dude. The guy who's like what $3 billion this year alone through crypto. Definitely no fraud there.
They just write the check. Human Services, they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same address?
Why would I? That just makes sense to me because I'm not a fucking moron idiot.
On top of all of the childcare centers, that's just only a small piece of the fraud. What other fraud are they committing here in Minnesota?
You just keep saying fraud as if it's a fact. That's just lazy journalism. Holy fuck. He's not even saying alleged fraud.
So another major piece of the fraud.
This is why even though mainstream media is not great, they're more reputable than like independent journalists because he keeps saying fraud, but they haven't confirmed any fraud.
Is the home healthcare industry. Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home healthcare companies in the same building.
Whoa.
14 of the same healthcare companies in one building.
Is it like a doctor's office?
14 home healthcare companies with different names in the same building.
Okay, let's check it out.
How bad has Tim Walz managed?
I don't care about this. Go to the fucking facility.
The budget here inside of Minnesota.
So the last biennium.
Well, Tim Walz isn't the only person who does the budget. What?
We had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a 24.
Sorry, what did he say?
We have a $16 billion surplus.
Sorry.
The last biennium.
Biennium? What is a biennium? 2 years. Okay. All right. Biennium is 2 years.
Tim Walz managed the budget here inside of Minnesota.
So the last biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus.
Gotcha. So this makes sense. They had a massive surplus of money, which they probably had to spend or they would get less money from the federal government. So they overspent it in certain programs. So that was 2022 to 2023. They had $17.6 billion. Okay. Their current surplus is still $3.5 billion. Oh, they're going to have... Okay, so it's going to be about $2.5 billion by the end of this year. What?
This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit.
No, we don't. What is he... Wait, is my information incorrect? This isn't even true. He's just lying. Oh my god. Wait, no, I actually... Hold on, I have to verify this. I think I know what he just did. He has actual fucking idiot brain. I have to not say bad words. So what he's saying is just completely incorrect. So... Minnesota had like a $7.5 billion surplus. Was it 7 or was it 17? No, it was 7, right? $17.5 billion surplus in 2022, 2023. They do 2-year tax cycles or 2-year budget cycles. 2024 and 2025, the budget is estimated to be about a $2.5 billion surplus, but the estimated deficit for the 2 years after that is $6 billion. That's what they're saying. So there's a projection. There's a deficit projection. Excuse me. There's a surplus projection of 2026 to 2027 of $2.5 billion, but there's a deficit projection of 2028, 2029 of $6 billion. So he's just saying that somebody said, and this might be true. There's current projections for 2028 and 2029 might have a deficit. Or might have a budget deficit, which means they're spending more than taking in. That's it. So he's just lying, and Nick didn't even fact check this. He's a fucking idiot. What?
That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium.
Oh, dude, I almost said a bad word. Dude, he's actually fucking stupid as shit. He's actually a complete moron. He's actually the stupidest fucking moron I've ever seen in my life. This is actually just mind-numbing. The short and sweet of it is that like they had a surplus in like 2022 of $17 billion, and they're projected, they have a surplus now, then the next like 3 cycles. So the 2022 3, the 4-5, and the 5-6, all of them are projected to have a budget surplus. And the like 8-9 year or the 7-8 year is projected to have a budget deficit. That's it. That doesn't mean that they're going to hit that. It just means that they're spending irresponsibly, and they're spending so much, and they're trying to reduce their budget surplus, or they're going to lose federal funding. That's it. This is so boring. These guys are fucking idiots, dude. He didn't even fact check anything that's being said.
How in the world can you burn through $24 billion in 2 years?
Okay, this is across like 8 years that he's talking about. Okay, 6 years, whatever. Holy fuck.
This is how right here.
Dude, he's just lying. I don't understand. Like, I can't listen to an outright lie like this and go like, oh, this is a fact. Yeah, he's definitely credible. This guy's a moron. Holy fuck, good stuff.
This is a huge part of it.
And so would you say a lot of that is fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Absolutely, I would say.
This guy's an idiot and gave you like wrong numbers.
Okay. Better than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything. In fact, the FBI just did a raid a few days ago on a building similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering the exact same service.
This is the third time in this video that he's talked about how like the government is trying to cut down on all the fraudulent activity happening in these areas. Okay.
Right here, you have a
holy fuck
list of all of the health.
Dude, we got bots in the chat now. That's fucking crazy. The person's response to us proving that guy lied about like lying about the budget deficit was to be like, oh, you're wrong. My tax dollars. You're poor. You don't pay any tax money. I know that you're poor because you're MAGA. So I just want to be absolutely clear. They're being stupid. Like I don't know what to tell you, dude. Okay.
Healthcare companies.
All right. Wait, hold on.
Right. 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering the exact same services.
Right here.
Okay. So they went in what? He went in. Okay. So this looks like it is a business that has like a bunch of different small headquarters for all these different places. So there's an African Immigrants Community Services here. A Dollar General has like a small corporate office here. First Day Daycare, G&H York Trading, a law office, a consultation place, another health or home care, which is probably going to be different than a daycare, a senior center, health services, which I don't know what specifically. This is home health services. There's like logistics and supplies, Midwest Quality Home Care. That might just be like selling home parts. I don't even know. Present Help. I have no idea what that is. This is a coffee business down here. This is a distribution company. This is Safari Services. This is Somali Community and another Somali community of Minnesota. I don't know what Somali Ben Adiri is. So the reason is because apparently the Ben Adiri community is a distinct group within Somalia, historically settled in southern coastal cities with unique Arab, Persian, Swahili culture influences. Okay, so it's just a different type of Somali. That's why there's a difference. Okay, cool.
Here you have a list of all of the healthcare companies.
This guy says all of the healthcare companies, but except, I guess, well, these are all healthcare companies except for Dollar General, York Trading, Hashi Law Office and Consulting, what else do we have here? A logistics and supplies, some kind of an express company, a coffee company, a distribution company, some kind of other Safari services. Most of these aren't even healthcare. Like half of these aren't even healthcare. He's just saying all these are healthcare, and then half of them aren't. And they're all different facilities. This is a daycare center here. This is a home care center. Here, this is a senior center here. This is a general health services. This is another home care. And like, yeah, if you want to say we have too many different of the same things, hey, we have too many home care facilities, that's fine. Blame capitalism. I don't know what else to tell you with that. We do have an abundance of different services that are like micromanaged too much. I agree with that in general. But half of these are fucking coffee companies and Dollar General and other bullshit. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Loads of them right here.
This guy's an idiot.
We want healthcare. No, it's okay. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here. No. Why can't I get healthcare here?
No, wait.
Because you're walking around with a fucking camera and a microphone recording people. You're a weird freak. It's like people don't understand that, like, when you walk around with a camera, nobody likes to be recorded. It's weird. You're obviously not a genuine person. Maybe there is fraud, but you're just walking around with fucking cameras and microphones and be like, I want to talk to you. I wouldn't talk to you. You're a weird freak.
Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing.
Oh, wow.
Security armed.
Why is that weird to you that they would have a no trespassing sign? I don't understand.
This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare.
What?
Just fun.
This is a group of small like offices for different like local businesses. What?
Of different places.
Dude, why don't you go to the the Dollar Tree office and see if you can get, like, there's a literal Dollar General office here. Go there and see if you could buy stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what he's doing. He's going around to like offices that probably handle administration shit that you wouldn't go to them for. And he's walking around knocking on doors. That's like, why don't you go to the Dollar General place? Go to the Dollar General place, knock on their door, and ask to buy stuff. Of course not, because that's not what that is. They do other things here.
Healthcare here, healthcare right here.
And as annoying as it is, like, the way that you get healthcare in the United States, if you want to get it by yourself, is like you have to call you have to like go through their website, and then the website like reaches out to you. It's very annoying. Like, healthcare is very frustrating in the United States, but you don't just go to some kind of a building where they do administrative protocols. He has no idea what he's talking about because he's never had to buy anything in his life. This is like an entitled, like, rich kid. He's walking around with like fucking $5,000 glasses to record people and a phone. Like, this is what happens when a bunch of kids are dumb as fuck and terminally online. Like, they don't know what the fuck how real world works.
Healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C.
Whoa. Okay.
Now we have another Helping Hands Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. Okay. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
Thank God he cut off her answer.
I don't know.
She literally was about to answer. He cut her off and then asked the question again. Do you understand what's happening here? What he's doing is he's going to places and he's harassing people and he's asking them the same question multiple times in different ways because he's looking for an answer. And then he gets the answer that he wants, which is usually, I don't really know how to help you. And then he's like, look, they can't do anything for us. But like, look at this cut here. This is what he's doing. Look.
Inside this building, company, Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we...
Boom, he cuts her off. He cuts her off and he re-asks the same question.
We talked about getting the best healthcare.
I don't know.
And now she's like, I don't know. Like, how do I help you? Because like she already answered the question. He cuts it out of the video because it doesn't fit the narrative he wants to push. And then he's like, we just go back to ask the question again because he's looking for an answer. It's all scripted. He's looking for an answer. This is all that this video is. It's boring as shit. This is lame.
No.
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here.
Okay.
David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to. Yet nobody will give you a rate. How much
Yeah, that's not really how it works. I wish it did, but that's not how it works.
money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Hey, David, what do you think? So that I could play plausible deniability.
Every year, I would say
probably like $10 trillion per year of issues. That's what I would say.
50 to 60 million.
He would that's what he'd say. He'd say 50 to 60. What is that based on? Why not? Because I said so.
At least.
And finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers, and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that gentlemen matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Yep, that's exactly what he was doing.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building.
There aren't 14 healthcare companies inside this building. There are 14 businesses that operate out of this building with some kind of like small infrastructure, like some kind of like small little headquarters there. But they're not all healthcare companies. We literally went through them already.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay.
So he's here with some kind of like.
I'm surprised he left this in, but that's exactly what Nick is doing. Yes.
Propaganda.
No, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna have, if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now.
Yeah.
The police have arrived.
Because you're harassing people there.
When we were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building, no one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the
okay, so then can you give us, like, what are the rates? Like, what?
problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and
yeah, I would too. You're being a weird little freak.
We headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers
of the exact same. By dude, they went to the next building. 22 of the same home healthcare providers. I've been talking about this for a long time, how dangerous of a healthcare provider Global Hair Salon and Spa is. It's probably the most deceptive one because you'd think it wasn't a home healthcare provider because it says it's a salon for hair, but it is in fact a home healthcare provider or whatever, apparently. So you guys have to be really careful. You guys have to be really careful about these deceptive businesses that say that they're healthcare when they're actually Global Hair Salon and Spa. You see what I'm saying? Like, if your argument's so strong, you don't have to lie. You can say, hey, we went to a building and it had 14 businesses operating out of it, or at least like whatever minor infrastructure, and half of them were doing healthcare. Okay, that's fine. He's not. He's just like going into places that have Dollar General and coffee businesses operating like some of their paperwork out of, and then he's like, look, it's all healthcare. Okay, yeah, coffee, like fucking Dollar General coffee care. Okay.
Operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care.
Whoa.
And right here it says it's open.
Okay.
But can't even get in.
Sorry, what does the sign say?
Multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open.
And you can't even get in. That's so sad. So they're open like 9 to 4:30 every day, closed on Saturdays and Sundays. It looks like. Maybe you came when they were closed and they forgot to flip the sign around. I don't know.
22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you
maybe just knock, see if they'll open the door for you.
Have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but
why don't you knock on the door?
Can't even get in.
Why don't you knock? Maybe they're out for lunch and they lock because they're out for lunch. Did you guys try to knock? No, just walked away?
Another
Gotcha.
Reliance Recovery Center. Mercy and Grace Care, Inc. Right here you have Den Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But
okay.
What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here?
Okay, so just to be clear, this one is really funny to me because they've clearly been going around all day. This one's open till 7 p.m. The other one was open till 4:30. To me, it's clearly after 4:30. That's it. They've been going around all day, so it's like nighttime now. It's like the afternoon. It's like nighttime. That's it, literally it.
Child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here, you have Serenity Quality Care.
Wow.
All of these businesses are literally the same type of business, providing the same service in the same building.
Well, you don't really know that. You don't know what different type of service. And again, this isn't like this huge case of fraud. This is overly this is like micromanagement at its finest, which could be a problem in the United States. Like we have like 104 welfare programs. There are over 80 federal welfare programs. In the United States, right? Now, I think that like we should start to cut down on some of these. And I like the idea of like a negative income tax, basically tax-free under 50K. Maybe the government gives you money back. And if you're on that, you can't like collect any other welfare programs to simplify things down and to make micromanagement like reduced. I'm always a fan of that, but like this is how things work, and this is one of the reasons why our healthcare industry should just be streamlined and run by the government with maybe private options as supplemental healthcare. Because like in my area, there's like 10 different healthcare companies. They do the same fucking thing. We don't get any difference. It's basically a monopoly, but like all of them, like they all have like the same bullshit pretty much. So it's just an overburdened healthcare system. You're not exposing anything here. You're just telling us like how shitty our services are sometimes. We already knew that. This is like typical, but like obviously nobody's interested in dealing with it, at least not fucking conservatives. I mean, not that Democrats can, but I mean, the last two elections, what do we got? We got like Biden inherited COVID, so you can't really do much growth there except for recover from that. And then Obama did push us in the right direction with Obamacare. So like, okay.
Building another convenience home healthcare aid Inc. and child-friendly space.
Okay.
All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have the same company essentially inside
of the same building.
Well, these aren't all the same company though. This is a home health care and I don't know what child friendly space is.
Right here.
This just says Serenity. I don't even know if that's a healthcare situation. This is Bright New Beginnings. Is this a daycare center? Or maybe Den. I don't know if these are all the exact same either. I can't take your word for it.
Aid, Inc. and Child Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have the same company essentially inside of the same building, door to door? Right here, Queenly Home Healthcare. It just does not make sense. If you were trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition. But
well, that's what's called a monopoly. What?
Here, they have all of their competition right next door.
Oh, he's stupid. I forgot. He's a complete dumb fuck moron. So first of all, we've already established that the way that almost every business works is that they tend to cluster to create a destination spot, right? That's why there's like 5 fast food places in the same area. That's why you see grocery stores in similar areas. This is something that they do on purpose. They create destinations. So just fundamentally, he's a complete idiot, dumb fuck moron. But also, these are just office buildings. These seem to just be office buildings that don't really necessarily provide daycare for themselves. One of them seemed to be an in-house daycare, the one that opened the door, which might be daycare for the other people in the office. So that actually might just be, and I wouldn't doubt it because some places do this, this office building might have said, let's get together and create daycare for anybody of our workers that can come in and bring their kids. Right. And then everything else outside of that, though, seems to just be a hub for you to call or to do some kind of logistics or paperwork. That mostly it's a physical office where they mostly just take phone calls to deal with the problem. But they still believe in a physical office infrastructure to get you to go to work. Right. This is so easily explained with like basic common sense by anybody with that like isn't 12 years old. And like Nick Shirley is a little baby that's never worked a job before. How old is this little baby boy? He's 23. He's 23 and he's been desperately trying to be an influencer for how long? What real job has he worked? Oldest video, 6 years. He's been making content since he was 17 off the backs of his mommy and daddy. This first video is called 16-Year-Old Flies to New York Without Telling His Parents. Is this the guy that you want to listen to for your conversation about anything? Interviewing people at a freak convention. Wow. Running the world's hardest race. This guy is just desperate to be an influencer, and right now he's willing to do like a right-wing grift. That's it. He doesn't know anything. He's not somebody to listen to. He's a fucking idiot. He's a baby. He's a moron. And I'm sorry if you guys, I'm sorry if you guys are upset that I'm criticizing him, but like I can't handle little baby boys that have never struggled in their life, that its entire job has been desperately trying to be online with shit-ass fucking parents that enable this shit-ass fucking behavior. I don't respect these people. I had to work a job for like a real adult job for like over 11 years, like a career job. And I got a lot of perspective by working there that little Nicky boy will never get because he's a terminally online little bitch. Okay? And so like I can't respect somebody like this that comes in and just lies constantly and has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. I just can't do it. And we need to start really keeping in mind this is something that's really important. It doesn't even matter if they're only 23. Look at 30-year-olds like Asmongold and Hassan Parker. These people got popular when they were young. They've never worked real jobs or hard jobs in any capacity. Hassan got everything handed to him by his family. Okay, he's complained about being lower class or like struggling when he made $60K a year like 10 years ago. That's crazy. While he was living in a house like 4 other people, talking about how it was a struggle. Asmongold grew up on welfare systems. Asmongold let his teeth rot out. His only job he ever worked was like a couple of tax seasons for like the IRS or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and these are the people that you're listening to as if they're normal. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This is like, these people are older, but they are terminally online. They are stuck in a child's perspective on everything. They are losers. You need to not like look at these people as if they matter. They're fucking pathetic. They have soft hands. They can never work a real job. They can never get their fucking hands dirty. They can never do anything outside of sitting at home because they're complete little fuck boy babies. They're losers. It's something to keep in mind, dude.
We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here
He just said he doesn't know.
in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud, okay?
Mhm.
That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking
I agree, actually.
you
No, you
about
don't
the
have
fraud.
to ask me, okay? Don't
Oh.
ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay?
Who can I speak to?
Yeah?
Who can I speak to? Okay. As soon as you confront them about the fraud, they get angry. When these people have these home healthcare companies,
They're just like wandering around offices. This is so stupid.
You're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
What do you do? This is how things work. They just have office hubs with a bunch of different like, stuff in them. What? Wait till this guy goes to a doctor's office and sees that there's like 20 different doctors. Like, dude, I remember, and my mom still goes there. Well, actually, even me, like I go to a doctor's office and there's like 5 other doctor's offices there. It's a doctor's office hub. That's how it works. You go to an office. There's multiple doctors in that office, but then there's offices next door that do the same fucking thing. Oh, why is this happening? That's how it works. Like what he's asking is like, hey, how come there's a Target? And then what is comparable to Target? I don't even know. Fucking my ass. I don't know. Why is there a Stop and Shop and a ShopRite that are within a mile of each other? And it's like, what, idiot? Like capitalism? I don't know. Which, by the way, it's not a bad idea to have competition. That's the whole point of it. Like you'd want competition, right? So it's like, hey, why are there like 5 of the same business competition so that one of them doesn't get one of? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, well, if you had one, couldn't they just jack up the price? You know what I mean? Like they don't have any thoughts.
So there's false documentation.
Yeah, Doge used to be full guys like this. It's so funny because Doge did nothing, but we've had like what was it, like the 8th or 9th year in a row that our military can't pass a budget. Target and Walmart are not the same. Well, maybe they are similar. I would say that Walmart is like bigger. It's like, why is there a Walmart? Why is there a Costco and a Sam's Club in the same area? Oh, I don't know.
Documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided.
You don't know that. Why are you saying this? Like you're just saying it so confidently.
Inside this building, what kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation being
How do you know that?
submitted to the state of Minnesota.
How do you know that?
For services
How do you
never
know that?
provided.
How do you know that? The only way you know that is because the government is actually trying to do something about it, just slowly.
They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered as far as a year or 2 years in advance.
How do you know that?
They'll have someone sign these forms.
These are examples. These are potential examples. These are maybes. These are scenarios.
At one sitting.
He can't confirm any of this.
And then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
You said in this literal video, you absolute stupid fucking brainworm moron, multiple times that the government has been putting violations on these different businesses and that some of them had to shut down. And now he's like, the government's doing nothing about it. You're fucking out of your mind. You're insane. You're some like 50. You're somebody who retired at 50 and had too much time on his hands, and now you just watch children all day. It's creepy. It is, because like I would say Minnesota's taking too long to deal with it. That's a fair thing to say. I would say that because Minnesota had such a massive budget surplus, and they still do. This fucking year, they had like a $2.5 billion surplus that they're just looking to dump money into programs so that they don't lose federal funding. That's what I'd say, which shows us broken infrastructure. That's what makes actual sense. But this guy's just fucking schizo ranting. That's all he's doing, honestly. And I hate saying that, but like that's all he's doing. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. There are reasons why this is happening, and a lot of it's because of COVID and lack of oversight. A lot of it's because they have a massive budget surplus and they want to get federal funding still, so they're using it instead of like, they're just trying to throw money at stuff instead of like just letting it go back to the federal government, which is annoying, but that's how the infrastructure works. And like, we're having these fucking conspiracy theories. It's crazy.
So they're essentially just using people saying that they had these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
Right, and the Somali community is a very closed community.
Yeah, a lot of communities are very closed communities.
So everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And
okay, you got it, boss.
For this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million.
We've never had anything like this before. This fucking idiot's like, what the Somalis are doing, we've never seen anything like this. We literally saw it in New York when there were huge crime families. In New York, New Jersey, what are you talking about? There's a whole fucking show called The Sopranos about like the fall of the mafia. What are you talking about? We've seen much worse than this every single day. What?
For how much fraud is taking place, that is a very low estimate.
What?
However, still a lot of money in fraud. And do you think there is...
You don't know if that's fraud.
Fraud taking place here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never ask.
And now,
who the fuck is that guy? He's just like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what these guys do. I'm not that crazy here, bro. What?
Now, with upwards of $100 million in fraud, we headed to one more daycare, and this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end.
Wow, crazy. Let's see the daycare. Let's see it.
And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent government leaders who have enabled this fraud to happen.
And I knew
you got it. Thanks, Nick.
this video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing.
What, dude? What the fuck is this idiot talking about? You guys are casually strolling through businesses harassing people, and the only thing that happened is the cops showed up. Stop talking about that is so dangerous. What the fuck are you talking about?
Legit fraud happening. I did get security for this video, and I was able to do it through the Black Line Guardian. And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below.
Where's your I haven't seen a single security person. What are you talking about?
Oh, they're not paying me to say any of this. They came in and decided to help me out for this video.
Oh, dude, he's doing an advertisement plug.
You can go to Black Line Guardian, the link's down below.
Oh my God.
For Nick, and those funds will directly go to my security and future.
Look at this, it's an AI picture. Look at this. I guarantee it's AI, bro. Look at this. Did you just see this? Look at bro, this weird little creep had zero security in this video so far. Has got nothing but like people closing their doors and saying they don't want to talk to him. And they called the cops at him once. And he's like, it's really dangerous. The Black Line Guardian Fund that uses AI pictures, they helped me. You could give them money, though. This is not an ad, by the way. He's doing a fucking ad read. He's pretending it's dangerous. These people are weird, bro. Regardless, like everything else aside, these people are fucking weirdos. This was not a dangerous situation. You showed up to a bunch of daycares in the middle of the day. You didn't call any of the numbers, and you were trying to find little kids. I like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What the fuck is this?
Security and future videos as we are exposed.
None of this was dangerous.
Lots of things happening.
None of this is dangerous.
Especially with this fraud. Like I said, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So
it's very clearly they are sponsoring this video. You just said that they gave you free. Didn't he just say that they gave you free security? That would mean that they're sponsoring the video. They're paying you to shout them out. What?
Go down the link down below, click Guardian.
This is a literal sponsor that he's saying isn't a sponsor.
For Nick.
Just because they don't pay you money and instead they give you people which represent money because of their services work, it doesn't mean it's not a sponsor.
Let's keep going, and now we're going to the next location. Now, this child daycare center, this one's different than all the other ones we've been to. Tell us about this one.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but three child care centers and is licensed to hold 102 children, and in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
And this is the building right here. So this building alone made $2.6 million. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 child care centers.
We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the daycare
Visitors, sorry, no entry if no face mask.
Was supposedly at.
So right here we have...
Whoa, no face mask, dude.
2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two,
I don't understand what the problem is that they have 2 different daycare centers clumped together. I don't really get the issue with that. I don't understand why he's trying to make it seem like there's additional fraud because they have multiple daycare centers in the same building. I don't understand why the fuck I would care about that. Like, this is the whole point of our system, isn't it? To have different competition with different facilities. Like, hey, it would be cheaper if we streamlined everything into one. Yeah, that's called like communism. And like, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not really complaining about it. But you're right now, they're doing critiques on capitalism and complaining about that there's fraud. What do you know what I mean? Like, what does it matter?
$2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you recording?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name?
It's from the state of Minnesota website.
Okay.
It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here.
They're trying to know what children you have here. They're not going to answer your questions unless you have kids here.
It's from the state of...
And I guarantee you if this old guy has kids, his kids don't talk to him.
Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where
Whoa, guys, report this to Disney. Do you think that they're using? Do you think that they have license to put Disney stuff up there? There you go. We discovered fraud. This daycare facility probably doesn't have a license from Disney to put up those Disney murals. I think that you should probably report them, Nick. You really got him on that one.
Where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got 2.66
Wouldn't that be 102 children split across the 4 daycare facilities?
million this year in funding.
Why would she know anything about that? Call the this is the problem, is that they can't just call the businesses. They haven't called a single business so far, just to be clear. They haven't called a single business, just to be clear, whatsoever in any capacity. Because they know if they call, they're not going to get even if they get an answer, like, oh, you want to put your kid in here? Well, what's their name? You need evidence. So they're going around and harassing just regular workers at the daycare that don't know anything about the infrastructure. They're just hired to take care of kids. And they're like, you're supposed to have 102 kids here. That's capacity, you fucking idiot. That doesn't mean that they have that. And that's probably for the entire daycare buildings here in general. You think that one of them is going to have 102? No.
And 2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah, what department? They want to know what oversight department you're with, because you're a fucking nobody. Why would they answer to you?
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
And then do you see how he's physically holding the door open there, and they had to shut it on him? You can't do that. Look, he's trying to break in. I'm not kidding. He's trying to break into this daycare.
Look at that.
He literally just tried to break into the daycare. Like, I understand it wasn't super aggressive. That's how the law sees it.
Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center.
It's a wall. I really don't understand this whole idea of like they are so desperate to like see little kids, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. Why do you think it is appropriate to have it so that every daycare you can see everybody's kid? I wouldn't bring my kid to a daycare facility where the kids were very easily on display. I wouldn't want people creeping in there. That's fucking disgusting. Why do you think that that's how they would operate? Like, you're an idiot.
And look, at this daycare center right here, no children inside of this daycare center. But
why would they have the kids on display, dude?
And look, at this daycare center right here, no children.
Why would they have the kids on display? This is just like a hall. Why would they have a bunch of kids on display?
Inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million. Okay. We were just curious, where are the children at? Do you know where the children are at? Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't care.
That's a great answer.
How come these childcare centers have no children?
I don't know. No.
There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere.
Okay.
People deserve to know.
People just don't want to talk to you, dude.
Know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be
I have white fatigue at the end of this video. I'm telling you right now.
Seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening, and that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota. If there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue.
But then why are you only doing Somalians and trying to make it seem like they're crazy violent people? You know that they don't just have, so just to be clear, you know that they don't just have Somalian daycares inside of Minnesota. He's only gone to the Somalian ones. I guarantee you that there are other daycare facilities that have similar issues that are not just like Somali specific or Somali owned. But he's choosing to go to the Somalian ones for a reason.
This is just fraud at unprecedented levels here inside Minnesota. It's actually very concerning.
By the way, I still haven't seen a security guard.
Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Millions of dollars are being sent into these daycare centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere.
Okay.
Here's another daycare center inside this same building.
That's an adult daycare center. Look at it. He's just such a fucking baby. Look at him. Look.
Another daycare center inside this same building.
So one of the narratives he tries to push this whole video is like, why are there like 10 of the same business? This is an adult daycare center. This is not the same as a child daycare center. You wouldn't have children and adults together. You wouldn't have like geriatric patients in the same facility with little babies. That's simply stupid as fuck.
Center inside this same building.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children?
It's so violent here, guys. We're just walking through the hallways, trespassing on this business. Isn't it so violent here?
These daycare centers.
I'm scared.
Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yeah.
He has every right to say that. You're trespassing at this point.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
This is an adult daycare center, you fucking idiot. Look at this. It says adult daycare center. He's
daycare center inside the same building.
Look, it's the same sign. It's the adult daycare center sign pointed in this direction, and he's wondering where all the kids are. This is an adult daycare center. This is the same sign.
Anywhere.
This is the same sign. He's walking around looking for he's going to the adult daycare center and he's asking where the children are. This is incredible.
Where?
Incredible. It's incredible.
The children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars.
Okay.
Ask the local government, yeah.
Oh, we've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper.
Bro, like not for nothing. I'm not even trying to be a dickhead. This guy might even have like an intellectual disability. This might be a daycare for people with intellectual disabilities. I'm not insulting him, but you know.
We have the paper.
It's possible that he has one. And like he's what the daycare center is for. It's like a dayhab facility.
Right here, come here.
Who are you first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me. Period.
Can we talk
you
outside?
Don't have permission
He's actually right about that. You're in a private property.
to record.
She doesn't either have. She doesn't have permission to record me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
We can ask.
You don't have any permission.
Where are the children?
I will sue you.
This is an adult daycare, and this is some kind of a restaurant banquet here. So
you don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You understand?
Then are there
so leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
Yeah, at this point he's committing a crime. He's being told to leave a private entity and he won't leave because he wants to creep on little kids.
Ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's happening.
We are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
yes.
You are,
we're not accusing you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not accusing you. We're asking the daycare centers.
I am not going to answer. You have.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know where are the children.
Who you work for?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who do you work for?
I work for myself. Nick Shirley.
At this point, they should just call the cops. Like, yeah, what he's doing is illegal.
Okay, what are you recording?
We're wondering where are the children? $2.66 million for.
They're harassing the guy in the adult daycare wing, just to be clear. Just so you guys know that.
You're not talking to
the
the
Minnesota
right
Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
I don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are the children at? David, they won't even answer.
You're in the adult daycare wing. So, good job.
Sir, we asked him, plain and simple, where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice.
Okay.
Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by 3 Somali men simply for asking questions.
Jumped? Jumped where?
About what was going on.
Okay.
And
I just don't believe this.
They're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
Dude, he's literally just saying that Somalis are very violent people. They are harassing people inside their own place, and he's being called violent. By the way, why wouldn't this guy walk around with a camera? Why can't he prove that these things happened? Like, you know, this conspiracy brain fucking freak would walk around with a camera on, but he doesn't have proof of that. Why wouldn't you show that? You know he records this shit when he walks around. So it makes no sense what he's saying. He's lying.
After giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the simple question, where are the children?
This guy's probably like a maintenance guy or something.
He called the cops on us and we headed to
Good. He should have called him sooner. Yeah, he was harassing like a retiree fucking place.
The state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government who have enabled and let this fraud happen.
By the way, we've already established that they've been investigating this for years. Maybe not as aggressively as they should, but they've been doing this for years. So it's just not something that's like Okay.
Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting and connecting all the dots.
Okay, this might be true. But what happened was the GOP in this area asked Nick to come in. And so it's a multi-tiered assault. They have this, which might have some real information, and they ask some stupid fucking little kid to do a horrible job doing investigative research so that they could just constantly try to change the online Twitter narrative because they know that Twitter gets things changed. This has nothing to do with facts. They don't want to go through the proper protocol, so they want to bring attention to it through some like weird little freak online that'll get people riled up on Twitter.
And while the Democrat representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke about how none of this is building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue. So I went and confronted her after that.
Yes, but he has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who
crosses?
you are.
My name is Nick Shirley. Do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat, or just facts that fraud is happening?
Okay.
Because because that's what I heard you talking about.
I know what I said is that
because
what we're talking about is
we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud. So why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
This guy belongs in one of those adult daycares. Bro, she's trying to give an answer. And what? What the fuck?
Okay, sir.
No. This is not.
Sir.
She's trying to answer his question, and he's just fucking yelling.
When are you going to hold Governor Walz? No. She is a representative for the state of Minnesota. Yes or no?
Okay, but why would Governor Walz specifically be held accountable? Does Governor Walz make specific decisions on what daycare facilities and healthcare facilities to give money to? Like, I don't think that. Why would he? I don't understand.
Excuse me.
Yes. Are you?
If you're gonna talk to me like
are
that,
you going to say to her, "I'm a disability advocate"?
That's definitely true.
I heard you, and
get
you got a chance.
overstimulated.
That's your fucking problem, bud. And like, I could tell you're a disability advocate, and that's fine. But you're not allowed to yell at people when they're answering the question. If you're not able to like operate, it doesn't matter if you have autism or any disability. If you can't like ask questions and wait for an answer, like that's your problem. And shut your fucking mouth. Like that's the most person-centered thing you could do is be like, you are still held to the same standards of everybody else. Chill the fuck out. She's answering your question and you're yelling at her. Why would I talk to somebody who's doing that? I don't care if you have a disability or not. I don't care if you're black, white. I don't care if you have an intellectual or developmental disability. I don't care if you're going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to fucking interact with you. So just because don't hide behind your disability. You know, when I grew up, like I have ADHD, I have OCD, I have fucking Tourette's, I'm dyslexic. I didn't go around saying I have ADHD. I'm sorry I couldn't. No, I don't do that because that's embarrassing. I didn't even want people to know that I had these issues. So don't fucking do that. Don't hide behind your shit because you made a mistake. Don't be a fucking coward like that. So chill the fuck out. You know, like we're all people here. If you want to do this job, that's fine. You're going to be held to the same standard of everybody else. You don't get to yell at everybody in their fucking face. It's crazy.
To testify.
No.
Ma'am, the facts are the facts that fraud is happening here, and it's not a nonpartisan issue.
Yeah, so it sounds like the government is having like they're talking about it here, and like what? Okay, yeah, that sounds like they're having the right meeting. They're having a meeting about the potential fraud that's going on here.
How come you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath?
I think
the
if you've been listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this. And so there's really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who both Democrat and Republicans. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
This fraud has happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
Okay, that doesn't mean that he's the only one making decisions.
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration. We have is fraud. Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a 50-state issue. Mm-hmm. And so, again, it is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that.
All right.
Thank you for coming today.
That was a great answer. And just to be clear, the GOP in this area invited Nick Shirley to do absolute dog shit investigative work. And what is it? Again, what is it? He showed up to a bunch of daycare centers in the course of a couple hours, didn't call a single number to see if there was availability, complained that they blacked out windows so that they couldn't see little kids, which is totally normal, didn't show up at the daycare facilities when they opened, which is when you'd see a rush of people, or when they closed, which is when you see a rush of people. He showed up for about 10 minutes per site, demanding to go and creep on a bunch of little kids in the afternoon at some point, and got nothing done, and then said everything was fraud, even though he had no idea what he's talking about. That's what he did. And that's what the GOP wanted him to do, so that they could have a targeted attack on Twitter to publicly pressure and blame Democrats for all the problems. When the reality is that, especially after COVID, fraud spiked because it was hard to verify things, because COVID was real and people died from it. And like, that's the next part of the conspiracy. No, it wasn't real. Shut the fuck up. You have like, just stop talking. It was real. It caused a bunch of problems. Minnesota, in and of itself, has a massive budget surplus. Still has it. It was $17.5 billion. Now it's still $2.5 billion. Projected by like 2029 to be inside of a deficit. But they have such a surplus, they're probably spending more money than they should be because they want to maintain their money. Both left and right are doing this. Okay? So like, this is really what happened here. And Nick got fucking surgically deconstructed by her very professional answer. This isn't just one issue. This video focuses on Somalis because that is the current administration's distraction from the fact that Trump is a pedophile that probably raped kids and was best friends with Epstein. That's what's really happening here. That's it. I don't know what to tell you. There are issues. They've showed multiple times throughout this entire thing that they've been trying to like get those issues under control, but that's what happened here. That's it. That's what's going on here. And you guys act like it's this deep-seated conspiracy, but it really isn't. And it's fucking terminally online brained.
Okay. Crazy.
Well, you saw what happened there?
The state of Minnesota that we live in, and these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they
She answered the question as she walked off. What the fuck are you talking about?
want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering.
White woman Karen versus black man Karen. We got him. I love the inclusivity of a black Karen in this video. I love this.
I'm scared for my little brother.
Oh my God.
My people are suffering.
Who are his people?
These people just walk off.
She actually walked this way, not that way.
We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die?
Wait, who's dying? What are we talking about dying? I thought that the fraud was taking too much money. Who died?
How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
What the fuck is happening? Where is the trafficking coming from? In one day, we uncovered an estimated $111 million worth of fraud. Wow. That's just not true. Yeah. That's money that could have went to Israel, I think, or even Elon Musk through tax cuts. So it's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Incredible. Okay, it's time to reclaim our cities from corruption and illegal fraudsters. We just end with this. Todd and Julie, these are all the people that Trump, these are all the fraudsters that Trump decided to pardon, by the way. So, just letting you know. But okay. Well, you know, I'm really interested in looking through all their sources. Security team, his Twitter, his Facebook, his Instagram, chapters, support for his he got some kind of like sponsor here for his security he didn't have. Here's the Opus clip thing. Oh, well, unfortunately we can't. Incredible. Just to be clear, it took us 3 hours to go through a 45-minute video, and that's because we had to check like every single fraudulent claim being made here. Reality is that there's probably fraud, and it's being investigated, maybe slowly, but it's being investigated. And this guy is just here as a collective effort from the local Republicans to try to psyop you into thinking that it's worse than it actually is. That's it.